Welcome to the Parma Area Chamber of Commerce podcast. We will be focusing on everything from spotlighting our members to discussing what is happening in the Chamber. This episode is brought to you by Classic Strategic Media. Classic is a proud sponsor of all the efforts of our Chamber. Now let's join the conversation at the Classic Strategic Media Studio in Independence, Ohio.
Hey, welcome to another episode of the Parma Chamber podcast. I'm here with Rob with the Parma Armory. Oh, I'm Chris Inman, by the way, with Classic Strategic Media. And Rob, how you doing?
Very good. Thank you for having me today. It's a pleasure to be out here and be on the podcast. So
yeah, awesome. Hey, yeah, thanks for joining us. So you're one of those unique entrepreneurs within our chamber. You have so many businesses, but the Parma Armory is like, that's your gold. That's your bread and butter.
It sure is.
How did you get started with that?
Oh, that's a long story. You sure you want to hear it right now?
Yeah, why not? We got time.
Okay, all right. So it actually started from my construction business because I bought the Parma Armory Shooting Center building far before I knew I was going to have the shooting center. The Army Reserve Center I bought because there's 5 bays in the back and houses a construction company. It's on 6 acres right by the highway. I mean, this was a gold mine. This is a great spot, right? So I built the construction business. We landscape, we snowplow, we do all this fun stuff. But more importantly, the building up front was just vacant. So I'm like, what do I do with this? And that is the interesting part. I went all around trying to track down someone to just rent the building. I went as far as getting the variance to get a gun range and gun store in there and calling another gun range and saying, come build another location. I'll give you everything. Just rent the building from me so I can subsidize the land and, run my construction business and go along my way. Nobody wanted to do that. So I took an Army Reserve Center that used to have a gun range in there and just be to the private government only to a public state-of-the-art shooting facility. So less than 5 years ago, we built a 5-star range, which was a 5-position shooting range and a 1,000-square-foot gun store. And in the last 3.5 years, this has exploded. We've made the double-decker, the world's largest double-deck shooting facility. It's 11 lanes on the bottom, 10 on the top, and calling it the 21 Gun Salute to honor those who sacrificed the ultimate in the military, first responders, to allow us to even have this Second Amendment of firearms. So here we are, the largest double-deck shooting facility in the world with a guy who didn't know a whole lot about guns 5 years ago, who's learning. But fortunately, I met a guy by the name of Dale Rizzidlo who walked into the armory as I'm renovating this place. Mind you, I should back up a little bit. The gun range was flooded and with homeless people in when I got it. It was disgusting. Wow. So we pressure washed the whole inside. We painted the inside. We cleaned it. We desanitized it. Everything. But anyway, once I released the article that I was putting in a gun range, this guy by the name of Dale shows up and says, who are you? Walking around my building. I go, well, who are you? And he goes, well, I'm Dale. Nice to meet you. I'm like, well, I'm Rob. He's like, I like guns and I know everything about firearms. And he's been helping me since that day develop stock, purchase everything for the store.
So a business partner, in a sense, came in.
Yes.
And was excited about what you were doing in Parma. And is like, I want to be a part of this, and kind of just forced his way into your business.
In a way, yes. But to shocking, he's a retired sales rep for a trucking company, and he just wanted to be a part of something awesome.
That's amazing.
Yeah, he took me on as like a son and volunteered his time to make me successful, which I couldn't be more thankful for.
That's amazing.
So,
that's an amazing story. How you put out your story, what you're going to do, and here's somebody's like, "Hey, I know how to make this even better. I'm going to go find this guy. I'm just going to walk in and introduce myself."
That is exactly how it happened. And he had a great personality. He matched with me. Like, we get together very well and talk and understand each other. So I've kept him on board this whole time. Oh. And I couldn't be more thankful. I mean, seriously, he knows the guns. I know the business. You put the two together. You see what we've developed.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's pretty impressive.
Foot traffic pre-March was about 1,000 people a week just walking through our doors, whether they were shopping or using the firing range, education. And it fluctuates up and down from there now. I mean, we get waves. I mean, we get 2,000 people a week at times. But then there's also weeks of lulls. So, I mean, we might see 500 people through a week. But it's very busy. We took an empty, vacant, homeless shelter is what I called it and told people about to a prospering business in Parma. And you know what? A lot of people come to Parma who I think wouldn't have been in Parma. So I'm happy to have the support of the government, City Hall, I guess, and along the ride and willing to approve it. And most importantly, the chamber. I mean, we go back to the chamber, and I mean, another guy just like Dale, who helped me get this way, Dave Nedridge got me this way. He's the one who's able to help me talk to the city hall and the economic development, the mayor's office, building department, everybody to get them on board, because I mean, they don't know who I am.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know how to work through the government. So Dave really stepped it up, worked on from the chamber side to be the liaison to City Hall, and got me up and running and believed in me. So I couldn't thank Dave enough for making it happen. And he saw the vision, I saw the vision, and everybody else gets to see it now.
It's awesome. You almost took away my question, because I was going to ask, you're like one of the most pro Parma guys I think we have in our chamber. And, you know, you tried running for city council, unfortunately. You didn't make it there, but you're on our board, right?
I am on the board.
You're on the board. I see you at all kinds of events when we had events. But what do you think are some of the things that some of our members don't realize that our chamber can provide to them? Because you've fully taken advantage of our chamber and our resources.
I think you're asking the right question, because it's connections. It's who do you know? I mean, just like Dale had walked in and I had met him, I walk into Dave's world here at the chamber and I say, Dave, I'm trying to do this, this, and this. Would you back me up and find me the right people? He goes, yeah, I know these people. I could talk to all of them for you. And then introduce me to them, show them the business plan, talk about it. And that's what this chamber is all about. We have 500 members. Why don't we tap into them? Use the people we know, help each other grow. Most of us are Parma residents. Most of them are Parma businesses. Why not help each other? Why not help your own backyard? I mean, of course, I'd love to help everybody, but why don't you start at the nucleus, start at your own city, and just work your way out? I mean, you just do power through numbers.
Yeah.
So Dave's been a great resource. Many other board members, many other people in the city have been helpful. But if we're talking from the root of the chamber and work our way out, start with Dave. Start with another board member. Start with a peer, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And work from there. So
all right.
That's probably the most valuable thing I've seen in the chamber.
It's awesome. Let's say, okay, everyone knows what Parma Armory is, but just give us a little, you're located over there. Where are you located?
Brook Park and Tiedemann. If you know where the Sam's Club is right there, there's a speedway across the street.
Place that always floods?
Yes. Yeah. So you could take the canoe over to my place and enjoy the double-decker shooting facility. So we're at 5301 Hauserman Road in Parma. It's 44130. It's right there on the border of Brooklyn and Parma. So it is called the Parma Armory because it is in Parma. I get that question a lot.
Conveniently located right at that Tiedemann exit.
Yes. So want to have everybody come out and try it and go from there. So.
What do you provide for somebody that, you know, like myself? I remember I'm an Eagle Scout. I shot guns back when I was a kid. And ranges and everything, but it's not something I do now. What do you can provide for somebody like me that might be interested in doing it again, or taking my sons out there to do it?
I think you would be an excellent person to walk through the armory, because we could do two things for you. We could take you onto a private lesson and take you and the sons or the wife and everybody out for a private lesson. And what you do is you can rent a firearm, you can get eyes and ear protection, you buy targets and ammo, come on out and get full private instruction. We offer that. Then we take a class called First Shots, which is 3 hours intro to pistol, which is, you know, again, you could do with the family. You could come out for $40 a person for 3 hours. We supply everything. Then you could try firearms. You know, you're going to go from 3 hours of education and including range time. You are going to take your first shot with us. That's why it's called First Shots. When you get that confidence in, or you need one more private lesson, you can go to the range, get a private lesson in, then come back, get that confidence built, and you could come take a concealed carry class. Now, that's an 8-hour course, 6 hours in the classroom and 2 hours on the range. But more importantly, you can then decide after certificate of completion in that class whether you want to carry a concealed weapon or not. You know, that's a good determining point. Maybe you just take it for the education, which a lot of people do. A lot of people do. They don't always get permits, but permits are on the rise. Feel free. You want to carry, you could carry. But I suggest know your firearm, use your firearm, get proficient on it, and then carry it. Don't just carry it just because you completed the class, because that does not qualify you to carry. Just because you have the certificate does not mean you should just carry. Get good, get trained, use our staff, use our instructors to learn more. Our customer base is phenomenal too. So everybody is willing to teach each other when we're there. So
that is awesome. Well, thank you so much for sitting down with me today, Rob.
No problem.
And hopefully some people come out, check out the armory. If you haven't shot a gun in a long time like myself, go check it out. Something to do. It's a COVID-friendly environment right now. It's something you
Sure
can go
is.
out and enjoy with your family. And all right, thank you so much for listening, everyone. Have a good day.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Thanks for listening to the Parma Area Chamber of Commerce podcast. We would like to thank our sponsor, Classic Strategic Media. Please subscribe to our podcast to be notified when new episodes are released.